That's, blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, Gigi's right. She did. Somebody said she doxed Diamond's number in
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's really it. That's really it. That's the real thing. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's like a second device or hopefully it is. Hopefully it's
But
a
I
second.
mean, Braid popped his stuff a little bit longer and then he calmed on down for the afternoon.
It makes me wonder, like, real or not. Well, of course they talking about this strawberry moon and manifesting stuff in this moon, but just kind of like, was it? Because I'm always wondering about over there, like, well, even down to
Now listen,
even
Teddy.
someone doing subs last night, and I got sent a screenshot, and I'm like, because I'm not in it for I'm in it for the fun, not the
Hmm?
funds. Like, it is what it
We
is. Like,
know. We know.
so I was just wondering, like, were they like,
You mean was there a group call?
yeah, 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 yeah,
A
yeah,
conference call?
yeah. Cause usually those things boil over into the next day.
As they say, something set up by Todd. I don't know.
But I just figured out Susu was in Canada, so I'm just trying to figure out how, like, what's the dynamics there now.
Well, I
But
mean, Susu rides hard for AJ.
okay. But is that a real, because I thought she was American, but is that a acting accent or is that her
Oh no!
real
Oh,
accent? And I didn't
oh,
know.
okay. There's a whole rabbit hole behind Susu, right? Oh, oh.
Give me.
Susu is American, but Susu is in Canada.
Hold on, right quick. Hold on. Let me get something right.
Well,
I
let
had to go.
me.
I had to go get some more water.
Okay, well let me say this. I don't. Okay, Susu's Canadian, but was raised in America. That's why she has an American accent. But Susu is back in Canada.
Did she get deported?
I mean, Susu has a story.
I mean, can you drop some tidbits? Like,
I mean, she's told her story on the app, so I don't know if. Oh,
I mean, she ain't up in. They don't come in. I mean, they don't come up in here. I mean,
okay. So when Susu was like, because I don't want to tell it wrong, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some guesstimations with it. I
okay,
am going to put a disclaimer on it that I'm going to tell it as close to the source as I heard it. Okay, y'all. So don't go saying that Jennifer said because that's not what this is. This is telephone. Okay? This is a game we're playing right now.
okay,
So Susu was younger, but Susu was of legal age. So Susu was friends with some minors.
okay.
So back in the day, Craigslist was a big thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what they would do would um, contact people on Craigslist for selling stuff or buying stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Not give what they were offering.
um I ain't gonna hold you up or nothing. Yeah. So they got in trouble for that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm following.
Yes.
I'm
So
following.
she went to the big house
Mm-hmm.
for several years.
Okay.
And then yes in the comments. Yes, yes. And I yeah. And so now she's in Canada.
Okay. Makes sense now. That makes sense.
So, I mean, that's just the long and short of it. That's the short of it. That's without giving fine details because I can't remember the fine details like age and stuff like that. But they were minors. She was an adult.
Okay, that makes
That
sense.
is that is true.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
And it was, yeah. hmm
Yeah.
So, but she rides. She is AJ's number one. So they ride hard for each other.
Okay. 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 Yep.
And so when Manny heard what happened between Diamond and AJ. Well, no. Okay, no, that's not right. So AJ was in her panel and she heard what Diamond and she started going off or whatever. So Manny went in AJ's live first and then apparently okay. Now we know how Manny can get, right?
Yes. Yes.
Manny can get very high strung.
Yes.
So he was very offensive to the ladies. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
threatening to fight the ladies
Mm-hmm.
because Manny be like that. And so I think that's what fired AJ up even more. And so then she come in and that's when her and Diamond got into it. And then he, and then him and Miss Nitra, he got Miss Nitra popped up and that's how that happened. And so everybody was going at it. And so then uh, BK got upset, and then Miss Nature said, you can't come up right now, Braid, because you're just a little too heated. And
Mm-hmm.
me and you just got good again because they just got good again.
Ooh.
Okay. And I just don't, just not right now. And so that's what happened there.
Oh, that's why. Okay, now I understand that part of the video.
And so but when I stopped watching them yesterday afternoon after we got off of here. After he went back in his live, he went to Tea Time's live, and he talked some more. And Tea Time was like, "Well, I really don't, because T she tries I don't know,
Right.
yeah,
I know what you mean.
um, you I don't know, you never know with her." And so then he went back in his live and he calmed down and they started talking about something else. And so this morning, yeah, I mean, Diamond just acted like yesterday didn't happen.
Okay. Okay. That's what was going on. I mean, I saw it. I was like, I was like, we're not gonna address the elephant in the
But
room. But Zoe
but
was right. But Zoe was right.
Diamond did unmod all of her mods
Oh.
because she was in there saying, "Okay, I've got to get me some new mods," and she was like, and everybody's like, "Mod Rashi." I don't know if you ever see Rashi up in there, anyway. And
I have. But I had to leave when like all the clapping and stuff. And I was like, yeah, let me get up out of here.
yeah, yep. And so she started picking up new mods. She unmodded everybody.
So Zoe right there, Zoe. So Zoe said, let me actually, Zoe, give yourself a different name so I don't put you in this. Can you give yourself a different name in the chat? Instead of Zoe or Z or anything? Because I just want to say kind of what you said yesterday without implementing you in it. Without putting you in it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you was right. Steve, our boy Steve had came in yesterday. So we had this boy Steve, our boy,
Yeah. Call me Little Tuna. Call me Little Tuna.
Little Tuna.
Yeah,
Little
it's
Tuna.
provocative. Call me Little Tuna.
Yeah, Little Tuna basically said, it is what it is for promotion.
All right, let me say this. You see they jumping now, don't it? You see that bitch doing numbers, ain't it?
Yeah. Jipper just talked about it. You right. You was right
I
though.
feel like, but I mean, at the same time, though, I feel like some people's feelings are involved, but I feel like she know what she doing when it come to getting the numbers up, and I don't know.
You right. You right. Like you always say. You always say this thing in the chat. You say internet games or something like that. You say something in the chat about.
I don't.
You be like
I don't. What I say? What
it's
Lil Tune say?
internet games or it's like like entertainments for entertainment purposes. The same you be saying in the chat.
I know yesterday I said something about it. It'll be a good experiment, but that's what you said.
Yeah.
Remember you said we should all go over there. But I feel like she knew what to do to get her page jumping and get some people coming in there, you know. But she
Right.
always do numbers though.
True.
She always do numbers though. But I don't know. I don't care enough about this social media stuff. But I personally can't take no Uber to no fight. Yeah. I can't Uber to no Rumble.
Same.
Me either, because I'm too stingy with my money. I ain't paying no money to go nowhere to fight nobody. You would have to come to me. I'm not paying no money.
Agreed. Well, we gotta
Yeah, all right, Lil Tuna gone.
Little Tuna gone.
Yeah.
Well, it was entertaining though, and none the least, right?
Oh yeah. Well, can you really? Let's just talk about it for a second. If we're really going to talk about it,
Yeah.
can you really stay relevant at that level for 3 years, 4 years, and not know kind of what needs to be done?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot, though. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a lot.
Well, I'm just going to say this, and this is just my opinion, and I hope nobody from anywhere else hears it, but I'm waiting on Braid to come on because I feel like he's going to say he did exactly what he was supposed to do to get the streets jumping yesterday.
You're right. And
because a lot of times he
hold
would
on, they
come and
said
say that
he
after
fry
he's
on what? Fry on what? They said they just said he on what account? Let me get you tuned in. Okay.
because he said that before.
See if we can tune in from my bush. Let's see. See if we can tune in.
I think it's fine to argue with people because we all come from different shapes, backgrounds, cultures, religions, everything. So we're not always going to be on the same accord with people. But I do think that it is getting out of hand when y'all want to.
I am Asia, baby, and I like her. And a lot of people don't like her, but I like her.
That's my whole issue.
Which one is she?
I am Asia, baby.
Okay. And how did Montez?
Oh, Momo? Oh, that's a whole.
Well, he used to come over here, so how did he just like? He got
Honey,
brick in there.
listen, Momo be all over this app. I was about 3:00 this morning. I was on and I was in some conservative ladies' room. They were talking about the whole riots and stuff. And I look up there and Momo is sitting on her panel. I'm like, Momo, how'd you get on her panel?
Has his English gotten better since all this? Like, is he get like? Is he?
Honey,
speaking?
listen. He sits on braids all the time, and he'll say "clock in," and he's learned to cuss, and yeah.
He wanted to dance, and Petty won't let him dance.
He's not. Listen,
He like to dance, Petty. He won't let him dance.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe in the
future, because he in the panel right now.
He like to do it. That's what he say. I love him. Jen, I can't get you down. You spilling all the tea. I came to pull you down.
The live
I'm just
ended.
listen. I'm just a reporter. That's all I do. I'm an entertainment reporter. That's all.
Okay,
Oh,
that's what we are.
We're
did
just
it
I
end?
just came
entertainment
in to say good
reporters.
morning. I
Yeah,
don't
just
know none of y'all. I'm new to the app. If y'all ain't following me, follow me. I've never seen any of y'all before.
I hate
That's
to
what's
say this is like TMZ because I don't, I don't mess with that. But this is just entertainment TV.
I agree. This is entertainment. This is basically we just roundtable the events. I mean, we're not in it. We're not picking a side. We're not in it.
Oh, for my generation, this is like Inside Edition. That's my generation.
Inside edition, I agree. This inside edition, ET.
Yeah. Entertainment Tonight. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all too young.
Yeah, this is entertainment tonight. Hey, we just recover reports. Hey, real quick to the chat. So it got restricted? Is he coming back on a different page? Yeah, Carson Daly Show, Retina. Is he coming back on a different page? Okay, we ain't gonna worry about it. So people
Okay.
being shit. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So can I take a left while I'm up
Yep,
here?
go ahead. Swing it.
Just chat. Well, chat. Let me. Well, let me
Yeah,
ask them.
look at man.
Okay.
Nobody ain't
So
Jennifer.
listen.
Nobody ain't supposed to be here
Okay.
regardless.
Okay.
Let's talk.
Okay. No. Did anybody catch the Newsom address on the Midas Touch podcast?
I have it actually. You want me to play it?
I'm just gonna give my 2.2 real
Do you want
quick.
Do you want me to play it though?
Do want you to play it.
Okay.
I'll let you play it first.
Okay. Let me actually give you a 2.2 because it didn't load. Hold on.
Okay, so listen, I'm not political, y'all. I don't know nothing. I'm just a woman from the sticks of Tennessee. But let me tell you something. I'm pretty sure the Democrats had Andy Beshears geared up to be the candidate in 2028 because there's always so much division about Gavin Newsom. But Trump has put Newsom in his most favorite place where he can shine so much in front of the camera. After last night, he's probably going to be our 2028 candidate. That for the Democrats. I'm just saying, because he likes the camera and he is good in front of the camera. And he is good on social media. I don't know if y'all follow his TikTok, but he has got the young people swung in on his TikTok.
It sure does.
So, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying one way or the other, but I'm saying that the Democrats I'm pretty sure they had Andy Beshears eyed for the 2028, but I think after this Midas podcast, I think the people will shift. And
so how I'm gonna do it for these clips? I'm gonna play the Trump clip that I have, and then I'm gonna play the 8-minute Newsom. Ready?
yeah, okay, I'm getting down.
All right, here we go. Hold on, let me pause this one because I'm gonna show y'all. I think I can actually show you this one. I'm gonna show you this. Hold up. Okay. Had to pause it. Here we go. I'm actually bringing you the news. How about that? Those are stormtroopers behind that.
A once great American city, Los Angeles, has been invaded and occupied by illegal aliens and criminals. Now violent insurrectionist mobs are swarming and attacking our federal agents to try and stop our deportation operations. But these lawless rights only strengthen our resolve. I am directing Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and Attorney General P.AME.C, in coordination with all other relevant departments and agencies, to take all such action necessary.
When I pull my news clips, I don't know where this came from.
To liberate Los Angeles from the migrant invasion and put an end to these migrant riots. Order will be restored, the illegals will be expelled, and Los Angeles will be saved.
The message is real. The Star Wars stuff behind it is extra flair for funny.
Thank you for your attention to this matter.
We are not pawns for Donald Trump's agenda. Why now? It's because the military was called upon innocent protesters. We, in our oath to serve, we serve the people of the United States. The Constitution, these constitutional rights are being stripped and just denied, and the military will not be pawns to that. So I'm calling upon the conscience of military members who served previously and now. We have a conscience, we have mind, and we have a duty and moral obligation to say no and resist evil. We are not pawns.
Back up. It's loading. Give it a second here. We don't have a really big budget on equipment at this news station, so please chill.
I want to say a few words about the events of the last few days. This past weekend, federal agents conducted large-scale workplace raids in and around Los Angeles. Those raids continue as I speak. California is no stranger to immigration enforcement, but instead of focusing on undocumented immigrants with serious criminal records and people with final deportation orders, a strategy both parties have long supported, this administration is pushing mass deportations, indiscriminately targeting hardworking immigrant families, regardless of their roots or risk. What's happening right now is very different than anything we've seen before. On Saturday morning, when federal agents jumped out of an unmarked van near a Home Depot parking lot, they began grabbing people, a deliberate targeting of a heavily Latino suburb. A similar scene played out when a clothing company was raided downtown. In other actions, a U.S. citizen, 9 months pregnant, was arrested. A 4-year-old girl taken, families separated, friends quite literally disappearing. In response, everyday Angelenos came out to exercise their constitutional right to free speech and assembly, to protest their government's actions. In turn, the state of California and the city and county of Los Angeles sent our police officers to help keep the peace. And with some exceptions, they were successful. Like many states, California is no stranger to this sort of unrest. We manage it regularly and with our own law enforcement. But this, again, was different. What then ensued was the use of tear gas, flashbang grenades, rubber bullets, federal agents detaining people and undermining their due process rights. Donald Trump, without consulting California law enforcement leaders, commandeered 2,000 of our state's National Guard members to deploy on our streets, illegally and for no reason. This brazen abuse of power by a sitting president inflamed a combustible situation, putting our people, our officers, and even our National Guard at risk. That's when the downward spiral began. He doubled down on his dangerous National Guard deployment by fanning the flames even harder. And the president, he did it on purpose. As the news spread throughout LA, anxiety for family and friends ramped up. Protests started again. By night, several dozen lawbreakers became violent and destructive. They vandalized property. They tried to assault police officers. Many of you have seen the video clips of cars burning on cable news. If you incite violence, I want to be clear about this. If you incite violence or destroy our communities, you're going to be held to account. That kind of criminal behavior will not be tolerated, full stop. Already more than 220 people have been arrested, and we're reviewing tapes to build additional cases, and people will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Again, thanks to our law enforcement officers and the majority of Angelenos who protested peacefully, the situation was winding down and was concentrated in just a few square blocks downtown. But that's not what Donald Trump wanted. He again chose escalation. He chose more force. He chose theatrics over public safety. He federalized another 2,000 Guard members. He deployed more than 700 active U.S. Marines. These are the men and women trained for foreign combat, not domestic law enforcement. We honor their service. We honor their bravery. But we do not want our streets militarized by our own armed forces, not in LA, not in California, not anywhere. We're seeing unmarked cars in school parking lots, kids afraid of attending their own graduation. Trump is pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals. His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. That's just weakness masquerading as strength. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities. And that seems to be the entire point. California will keep fighting. We'll keep fighting on behalf of our people, all of our people, including in the courts. Just yesterday, we filed a legal challenge to Donald Trump's reckless deployment of American troops to a major American city. Today, we sought an emergency court order to stop the use of the American military to engage in law enforcement activities across Los Angeles. If some of us could be snatched off the streets without a warrant, based only on suspicion or skin color, then none of us are safe.
Nope.
Authoritarian regimes begin by targeting people who are least able to defend themselves. But they do not stop there.
Nope.
Trump and his loyalists, they thrive on division because it allows them to take more power and exert even more control. And by the way, Trump, he's not opposed to lawlessness and violence as long as it serves him. What more evidence do we need than January 6th? I ask everyone, take time, reflect on this perilous moment. A president who wants to be bound by no law or constitution, perpetuating a unified assault on American traditions. This is a president who in just over 140 days has fired government watchdogs that could hold him accountable for corruption and fraud. He's declared a war on culture, on history, on science, on knowledge itself. Databases quite literally are vanishing. He's delegitimizing news organizations, and he's assaulting the First Amendment. And the threat of defunding them, at threat, he's dictating what universities themselves can teach. He's targeting law firms and the judicial branch that are the foundations of an orderly and civil society. He's calling for a sitting governor to be arrested for no other reason than to, in his own words, for getting elected. And we all know this Saturday, he's ordering our American heroes, the United States military, and forcing them to put on a vulgar display to celebrate his birthday, just as other failed dictators have done in the past. Look, this isn't just about protests here in Los Angeles. When Donald Trump sought blanket authority to commandeer the National Guard, he made that order apply to every state in this nation. This is about all of us. This is about you. California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next. Democracy is next. Democracy is under assault before our eyes. This moment we have feared has arrived. He's taking a wrecking ball to our founding fathers' historic project, 3 co-equal branches of independent government. There are no longer any checks and balances. Congress is nowhere to be found. Speaker Johnson has completely abdicated that responsibility. The rule of law has increasingly been given way to the rule of Don. The founding fathers, they didn't live and die to see this kind of moment. It's time for all of us to stand up. Justice Brandeis, you said it best. In a democracy, the most important office, with all due respect, Mr. President, is not the presidency, and it's certainly not governor. The most important office is office of citizen. At this moment, we all need to stand up and be held to account, a higher level of accountability. If you exercise your First Amendment rights, please do it peacefully. I know many of you are feeling deep anxiety, stress, and fear. But I want you to know that you are the antidote to that fear and that anxiety. What Donald Trump wants most is your fealty, your silence to be complicit in this moment. Do not give in to him. I want to say,
there you go. Oh, this right here is just, if you're looking at my disc, this is, I'll be like, oh, what you got on the disc? You got some liquid IV. So stop looking. Who is it? What the hell they be trying me like that? They be trying.
So one more thing, and then I gotta go to the doctor. So Saturday, the 14th, is this parade. If you would like, I know we can't all make it to LA to protest, but there are thousands of protests scheduled across the country called No King's Day protests. Check your local area if you're interested in marching peacefully. There could be one around your area if you want to get out and march. There are thousands scheduled for that day called No King's Day.
I agree with it. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be at Bonnaroo, but I will not be there because I don't think it's right to go somewhere like that at this time. I will be at Nashville going to this. So that will be, I'll be taking my son to his first one. So it'll be interesting.
I agree. It will be interesting. Let me ask you: do you want to would you want clips of like what's going on in these other states, like Tennessee, and to the chat as well? I'm asking y'all as well. Do y'all want to see those clips of ICE raiding Tennessee, Oklahoma, Georgia?
Texas last night got bad. Did you see Dallas and San Antonio last night?
Yes, I didn't pull the clips because I didn't know if people actually wanted to see those clips. But
Okay, well, y'all have a good day. I'm going to go to the doctor. Thank you for letting me take my left jaw. I know I'm crazy. All right, bye.
So y'all don't want to, but it's the news though. It's news though. Where else are you going to? Okay, now I'm feeling like it's my due diligence to share the news. Like, I think that's the problem. Like, you see it and you want to run away from it. And I see it and I just think, like, don't this belong on the news? Like, isn't this supposed to be on CNN? I'm thinking, so if I'm going to be newsing, I'm like, I'm supposed to have this stuff. I understand this every day, but I'm just like, it's some stuff that people are avoiding because the reason I know why. Because if it comes to your town or if it's happening next to you or if it happens to you, I don't want it to be like, nobody told me anything. I don't want to hear that, because every time you bring up what's happening, I go, yeah, I told you last year. And they came in and they was fighting me, and I did my due diligence, and I told you last year. I told you before all this. So I don't, that's why I be like, yeah, don't come in here about what's going on, because I read 944 pages last year. And I tried, and some people got prepared. And some people listened, and they got the passports, they got the kids' passports, they got their husband and their wife passports, and they listen. I don't want to hear nothing about like these rights getting taken, and I told you last year. Yeah, I'm gonna start downloading those clips, because I don't want to hear a few months from now. When I say a few months, I'm talking like 1 or 2 months, when they just run up in your house, or if there's a blockade. They done set up a blockade to start checking folks' IDs in streets and stuff. I really don't want to hear like, oh my God, my mom she got taken. I don't want to hear that because I'd be like, well, I don't want to hear that because I told you. Like I already showed you and I was telling you and you didn't want to pay attention. So yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Oh no. This is when you're gonna know it's serious. Jezebel, you're gonna see a roadblock. You're gonna see a roadblock. You're gonna be driving somewhere, or you're gonna be on a bus, and you're gonna see a roadblock. And fuck your real ID. If you know you can have a real ID, some of y'all gonna get by. But if you don't have your paperwork on you, yeah, just like them 2,000 people that was talking about, that's when you're gonna know. And then when they start taking these calls for these people reporting you, nah, it ain't gonna be like a DUI thing. It's just gonna be like a checkpoint or roadblock. If you've ever traveled through Texas and to California, you know the checkpoints. But these checkpoints are gonna be in your town now, all over. And hold up, they did the roadblock yesterday, Jess? Girl, please come up. You got time to report? You got time to report? Come here. Girl, come report. What state? What state they did a checkpoint in? Oh, this timeline speeding up fast. Oh, this fast. This is really fast. I thought it was going to be another month. What state?
In Florida. They were posting it on my Facebook yesterday, like letting everybody know.
Oh,
South Florida.
I was not expecting Florida. I was not expecting.
Listen, Petty, those people have been in my area for the longest. They've been here. Homeland Security, all of them, they drive here like we see them on the daily.
And they set up a checkpoint? They set up a checkpoint?
They did it on the interstate, I want to say. They said
on the
yesterday.
interstate?
Yes, they on my Facebook, they were posting all of that stuff. They keep everybody informed because we have a lot of Hispanic communities around here.
I had envisioned, so after reading what I read last year, I had envisioned it being like, say like, not like, I didn't envision Florida, I envisioned like Georgia, and it being like McDonough or Macon, and it would have been on a street, not the highway, not 95, and it would have been on a street in this community, like where they know Hispanic people are, and like they put it right on the highway. Boy, that's
Yes, they're going through towns. Like we have our little communities around here, our towns around here. They're there on the daily. They're riding through there, like close to where my mom used to live. It's crazy because it's majority like a Hispanic community, and they've been harassing them.
Let me say something to I'm. So I lived in Sierra Vista. I'm not talking about like that. I've lived out there, so I know what you're talking about, like the border patrol. I know that stuff. What I'm talking about is what Jess is. I'm talking about them setting up these checkpoints, which is different than what has already been down there, been in Nevada. All that stuff is already there, and it's part of that stuff. Like when you travel from Texas over, all of that is normal. What's going on in Florida, them setting up these checkpoints, this is not normal. That's not normal. That's a roundup. I appreciate your report. Thank you, Jess.
No problem. You can drop me.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. You said, hold on. Another reporter said, it's happening already by PD in Texas on back roads. What's PD? What's PD? Oh, the police department is working against the people over there? Oh, this is wild, bruh. This is wild. This is wild. So on taking a right, let's get out of this. Let's get out of this until I got more clips on that. So, you know what? Did anything happen last night worth doing a recap on? Let me say it like that. Did anything happen last night worth talking about? Yes or no? 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 Okay. The only thing that I saw is that somebody did the thing and went for the money grab. And you're going to see, just like some of us don't have Netflix or some of these subscriptions, you who bought that will then be asking for your entertainment. And you're going to figure out that that subscription wasn't worth its weight. Because now, since you paid, now you should demand the entertainment. Demand the entertainment. You should demand, because I know you listening. You need your entertainment. Now you done paid now. Now you got to ask for your entertainment. Ask for it. Don't let them do you like that now. Do not be paying somebody and you're not getting entertained. Demand your entertainment. They reach for the bag. Make sure that they entertain you. And do not come over here. Ask them to entertain with their own content, their own characters. Their own characters. They cannot. Entertainment is not other people's content that you can see yourself. That is not entertainment. That is not entertainment. Tell them to put on a whole act for you. Put on a show. Tell them to play mute. What you said? You said this is America now. Hold on. See, that's why I don't put on this watch. Why y'all never wear your watch, your Samsung watch? Okay, let me grab that. Tell them to entertain you. Good morning. Tell them to entertain you. You want them to talk over and over and over. You want them to keep talking. Do not stop talking. Tell them do not stop talking. They must talk the whole time and keep you entertained. Tell them to talk about red and blue and green and yellow. Whatever they got to talk about to keep you entertained. You paid, now it's time to entertain with their own clips. And when you start seeing some shit that don't belong to them, make sure you don't bring your ass over here. Don't bring your ass over here talking about you canceled your Netflix. Don't bring your ass over here saying you canceled. Don't bring your ass over here. I know how this future work. Don't bring your ass over here because I'm a side-eye your ass. I'm a side-eye your ass. Real like that. Don't bring it over here. The fuck you get. You get what you pay for. All right? Get what you pay for. Yeah, I know how it works. I know how this shit works. I know how this shit works because they always come back. Because right now, they like, he don't know the fuck I've seen this damn miracle round 1,000 times. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. I love her. I love him. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. Yeah. I sent you an invitation. Mm-hmm. Nah, hold on. I sent the invitation out to him. Yeah, I sent you an invitation. Don't take the invitation. Come on up. Okay. You good? I'm good too. Block. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Come in here and think you gonna troll, you better grab a motherfucking box. Yeah, you gonna be good up out of this bitch when I kick you up out of this bitch. Yeah. No, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. No, that part didn't matter. It's the person, whoever was behind it, got scared. Want to play? You want to play? If you're gonna play, if you're gonna come over here and play, haters, if you're gonna come over here and play, grab a motherfucking box. Grab a motherfucking box. I know it's a hell of a drug to be outside the damn window. I know it's one drug. I know it. Being outside the window and wanting to be in the room to capture all the comments. Oh, you ain't know they do that? So a motherfucker come up in here, try to sneak up in here to screenshot who up in here. Don't ever get it twisted. I don't know these little 13-year-old games they play. I know it down. Yeah. They over here trying to see who up in the comments, who he talking to. Mm-hmm. Here. Why you say, hey, I'm here? Courtney, why you say, hey, I'm here? Who are you? Courtney, who is you? Courtney. I know you heard me, Courtney. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. I understand now. Ray, who? Ray, drop the name. Drop the name, Ray. Come on now. If you let us know then. Come on. She is speaking up like I'm coming in. I'm here. Ray, who? Come on, man. Just let us know. I ain't gonna say the name out loud. I promise I ain't gonna say the name out loud. But say it though. It don't matter though. It don't matter. Just say it. So I can, you know what I mean? Just say it. It's cool. Like, it's cool. I ain't gonna say the name out loud. I just wanna know who tried to come back. Gigi, is that Raid? Is it Gigi? Raid, is it what Gigi said? Raid, is it what Simple said? No? Dang. It ain't that. Dang. For real, nobody we know. Dang, I wonder who it is then. Yeah. We like it's in the hallway. Damn, Raid ain't saying nothing. Is it lately? Is it her? Is it her? Oh, she from Nick Harris' side? So let me ask, Raid, is they safe though? Would have been safe? They from Nick Harris' side. Oh, okay. He said no. Okay, so we cool. Nah, it was a cool block then. It was a cool block. Oh. That ain't no good. That ain't no good. Yeah. Stay over there, Nick Harris. Yeah. Got a clip.
Hey, they gonna treat you exactly how they feel about you. Play blind if you want to. You gotta stop arguing with action. Just accept them. When people show me who they is, I don't blink twice no more. I used to give a lot of grace where I should have gave this.
Stay over there if you left, cause I don't need nobody back. Have fun replacing me, cause they ain't this and I ain't that.
Yeah. Yeah, stay over there. Stay over there. Stay over there.
Okay, so I'm trying to calm down, but I'm hyped right now because this is an important word that needs to get out.
I'm going to save this for later. I'm going to go. I hope y'all find something entertaining to watch. I'm going to go. It's a good time to go. What you say? What you say? Leona. Bree, what you say? Passion, I'm sorry. I don't know where you was hanging at. Testing. What, Bree, what you say? Who got a new account? What girl? That girl got a new account. Did she just... That's the girl who was saying the bad word. That's the girl who said the bad word, Bree. She said the bad word. That's her. Ooh wee! Ooh wee! Ooh wee! Ooh wee! Ooh wee! I wish her the best. I hope the people under the petty spell, boy, I hope they come off of it, boy. Cause when they crash, and I ain't talking about crash out, boy, you can feel the depression in the room when they finally just let petty go. It'd be like all the energy. Oh nah, it's fine. Like all the energy just get sucked out of them, and they just be like, I always feel like when I finally see them after they done, like they be sitting on their couch with their robe open, like they had the longest day, like they don't got one baby, they got 12 babies and they don't know what to do, and they just laid out and they need somebody to help them to fill them back up because they got 12 little babies and the babies done wore out, and she just laying there, and then she just got smoke. Well, she got a cig in one hand and 3 babies in the other one, and she looking over with the window open, and she just keep puffing because she don't know what to do no more. No, I didn't kick nobody off here because of you. No. They know what the fuck they did. Wasn't because of you. Who want to know why Unknown got kicked up out of here? Let me know. Oh, you remember? You remember, right? It had nothing to do with nothing other than... Oh, you don't know why? So I know some of y'all like going over there, and that's cool. Meg from Mittens. Okay, so y'all all know. Everybody know, right? Everybody know, right? It seemed like y'all all know. Y'all remember. Right? Y'all remember. Okay, so if anybody is trying to bring somebody else into it or something like that, I made my own decisions based off what I saw and heard, based off our agreement. And if you do not know about that agreement and someone is trying to put you in it, stay out of it. That was based off of what she didn't live up to. So because she be lying and making up stuff and y'all like her, that's on y'all. That's on y'all. I've been in the hood before. And those kind of ladies and gentlemen that do that in the hood, they don't last long. That's the type that they say one thing and then the next thing you know, they in the streets fighting. And like, why? Because they always lying. So they get hands put on them. That is that type. Because they don't know how to live up to agreements. Okay? Huh? Yeah, they'll set you up. They set up kind. So don't get set up. Don't get set up by believing something that person say. But believe me, you love her, but don't believe you won't be a tool in her toolkit to throw under the bus. You could love her. I don't accept her over here. I would never. Yeah, messy and shady. So just because she y'all friend and y'all want, I will never. I don't even know how the hell she got in the box the other day. I tried to get the 10 seconds to play the motherfucking clip. And I didn't even like that. That was woefully uncomfortable for me. I was uncomfortable. Don't make me uncomfortable with y'all friends.
Okay, this ain't even regarding unknown, but y'all keep asking who Fifi is. So I'm going to tell y'all who Fifi is. Fifi is, if y'all remember, she used to mod for Josh and Ada. She started out modding for Josh and Ada. She was a young girl. She was messy as hell. She then flipped with Shannon when Shannon got her own platform. So she flipped over there with Shannon and started modding. I mean, I don't even think she modded for Shannon. I think she just was like really supporting Shannon. So then she was like a young college kid and she was getting money from Shannon on the back end. Shannon was sending her money. So then when everything fell out between Shannon, she went with Crystal when Crystal, did what she did. So then she stirred up all that shit over there. Then she was the one that was texting Shannon, saying the N-word and talking about her father and being that fake person that was texting Shannon with Lila. Her and Lila together was doing that. So that's Fifi. And then end up going back to Shannon after everything happened. So yes, that is Fifi. Y'all keep asking me who Fifi is. That's Fifi. She was a young girl. She was messy as hell.
Cheryl, is Fifi in here? Are you sending that to show Fifi in here or like you just showing the profile? Oh, she ain't been on the app. Okay. I'm like, why am I getting sent? Like, I don't even know who the girl is.
She was blamed for it, but she actually did it, Gigi. So she was blamed because she was in on the text thing. So
I have a screenshot of the account, the actual account, because I went and found it the other day because I didn't want to blame just anybody.
She ain't been on the app in a minute, so I don't know where she went.
No, I don't know where, but this is the account.
Yes, that's Fifi. That's her.
That's what I got. That's what I got sent to.
Yeah, that's Fifi.
She just changed her username, I assume, after all that went down because
yes,
like little tornadoes and stuff around it. But that is the account because there was a video with that same username with the little tornadoes, and I clicked on the tornado like that username, and it led me to here. So
yeah, Gigi, no, Lila was in it, but Gigi was in it too. So it was Lila and Gigi. I mean, Gigi, Fifi, sorry.
I just not Gigi, Fifi. I'm going to get back down because I'm organizing things.
Mm-hmm. Fifi was the one that sent the messages about Shannon's dad in the N-word to Shannon. Yes. I posted it. I posted some receipts for y'all to go look at as well for anybody that's, not understanding or has any confusion. All the messages, we do have all of those of what supposedly Lila said, and supposedly what Fifi said, but that's to be questioned too.
Is Fifi black?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, she's mixed. I don't know if she's like Just black. She
She
might be
black. I call her
Mexican.
black. I understand people who mix. They want to go with, but I'm going back to
And
that.
Lila is back. She came back with the Snaggle 2 account, so be on the lookout. She'll probably change it.
You was black. You was black no matter what they did on that plantation.
What they said, that one drop of black, you black.
Yeah.
That don't make you black.
Hey, they would give
Okay,
us.
you be quiet because you know you anti-black, so you just be
Oh
quiet.
yeah, I forgot all about that.
Stuff was going
That
on.
was so funny.
Stuff was going on there. They still put them out there in the field. So y'all could be mixed, but you know some people just not gonna see that.
I mean, some that were mixed actually, they got to be in the house.
Yeah, but still was treated the same. Well, they probably got better. I don't want to think about it. Y'all take an American Black History course.
Absolutely. It doesn't serve you wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was one of those. I mean, she owes some people on the app some money as well, still to this day. But I just wanted you to acknowledge, did anybody get kicked off this island because of me?
No, I make my own decisions. I don't know how the hell.
And you had a personal experience with people yourself, and you make your decisions, right?
Yeah, she lied.
I know what happened. I'm just saying for all of those that are out there. I mean, I don't understand why we're talking about something months ago, but I'm not going to keep going back and forth about it. I've already made that decision.
I know why.
I mean, I think a lot of us do.
I know why she made the decision to not only speak about me, but to sit with certain people. And yeah, that's a different type of bitterness where, hey, I told you so. You didn't heed the warning. So
I mean,
they did you like they did you.
I just wanted to make that clear that the lies that some of the people, the hate bonding is so real. If you listen to what they're saying and actually listen to what they're saying, you will hear the truth. Like I've enjoyed getting the clips that have been played about me. I've enjoyed it because it literally matches up with the receipts I post. So I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed that I'm so stuck and made an impression on people's lives, so petty. I see why you feel the way you feel.
I just cut people off. I don't got time to be listening to them.
I mean, I got them all blocked, but people still be sending clips.
I know, but
they can't help themselves.
Stay over.
They can't help themselves.
It's me. I muted.
They cannot help themselves. But anyhow, let them go back and forth by themselves. I do not need any more clips of it. I don't need to hear what people are saying. When you make that type of impression that people are so stuck on you, I feel bad for them. I really do. I mean, if you listen to it and you actually were there, which a lot of people were, then you would know what's going on. For those that don't know, run with whatever you want. Sit where in the hell you want to. Because if you listen to lies and you're that gullible, I don't want you sitting by me, no way. I don't. I ain't even gonna lie. This ain't no popularity contest for me. I ain't never wanted to be no fucking TikTok.
Sandra, y'all don't have to share out. Don't share out my live.
They're gonna do it.
Well, they haven't been sharing it. I haven't had the first since this morning. I had nobody share my shit. They're telling them I don't want nobody sharing my shit.
It's the messiness trying to be messy with it.
You trying to be damn messy? Get your girlfriend here. Please do not share my damn live. We started out this morning, no shares. Yeah, I'm yelling at everybody. We had no shares, and I was loving it. Do not share the live. No, it's not about growth. I don't like. Listen, let me tell you, I don't like to do it that way because you get disingenuous people versus people who just come across your live and want to sit. Let me give y'all, if you're gonna be doing this entertainment thing, enjoy when it is a little bit of people in the room. Those are really genuine people. But when you get the people that they share it to, who are their friends, those are your friends. They don't mean they're gonna like me.
They so petty. Petty. They so petty. They so petty. You said don't share their live. I'm getting shares.
PPO did it. She just sent it.
They being petty.
I came up here for two things. One, I talked to Zeta already, so don't even. I know Kendra was supposed to reach out or whatever. And two,
She reached out to her.
y'all quit saying, yeah, I seen her. But and then y'all quit saying Shannon had. If y'all keep saying Shannon had a black mind, y'all quit saying it. I have never seen, and Andrew, if I'm wrong,
Well,
correct me. I've never seen Shannon have a besides Hoodrich. Besides
yeah.
Hoodrich, I have never seen Shannon have a black mind ever. And I sat with Shannon. No, Kendra, I'm not saying you didn't do it.
You know they
I'm saying
do.
I talked to her too.
I was about to say, because you know they be confusing you and me.
I
So
don't think Fifi was a mod though. I think Fifi was over there, but I don't think Fifi was ever a mod with Shannon. And I didn't know Cartel was a mod, so maybe I missed out on that. But
no. Oh, I thought I was muted. My dog over there doing on his bed.
so they made up. Okay, so I wasn't over there no more. I was about to say because yeah, she wasn't. She didn't have no
Give
black
me
mods
one
over
more.
there.
They said Fifi was a mod.
I know they said that after they had. I guess after they had made up. See, I wasn't around her then, so I don't know. Hey, Andrew.
Oh, so was Cartel. Oh, okay, so maybe she has had a few. I
Zo, go
don't
ahead
know.
and drop me down. Go ahead and drop me down, Zo.
So Fifi was the mod when I got there, and then Mike G is a mod as well, and Mike G is half black.
Is he black? Oh,
He's
he's
half black.
mixed. He's
Yeah,
mixed. Oh, okay.
He black. They let the mixed people tell you they are mixed. They are black.
that's
Because
why I
when
said
the
he's
European people look at them, they do not see a mixed person. They see a black person.
correct.
Let the mixed people say they mixed, but they are black because as much as they be trying to get into the other side of their family, the other side of their family will do some bad, tell them bad jokes and tell them horrible jokes and everything. Please call them folks black. As black people, we need to call them black and embrace them because the other side of their family they think they in until they get out here in the world. And then y'all, you need to read this damn book.
Bree, they asking why does it matter whether she's had a
I
black
was waiting
mod
for
or
Petty
not?
to be done to address that.
Oh,
The
okay.
reason why I said that was because a lot of people are being put as a mod for Shannon, and they're not. They weren't a mod for Shannon. So that's why I addressed that.
So Fifi was a mod, and then when they had the big battle with
Read this. Read
Move
this.
your hand so I can get a screenshot of it. You gotta lift it up a little more. Okay.
Read this. Dr. Joy the Gray. The Gray.
so Fifi was a mod, and then when she had that big battle with Josh and Ida, it made like $500 or so. Fifi was on the back end begging for that money for her school graduation.
It was a dress, wasn't it, Andrew, or something like that?
Yeah, pay for her graduation dress.
Yeah. Either way,
That's,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't care
that,
whether
no, it wasn't
her
a
mods are
prom
black or
dress.
white.
It was supposed to be. She claimed she was graduating nursing school, but I've never seen somebody 18 years old graduate nursing school. Might have been CNA school.
Yeah, because don't you have to have some courses after that? And people, well, unless she graduated early, she could have been one of those that graduated at 16.
She wasn't. She wasn't.
I don't know, but y'all stop sending me clips. I don't need the clips. I know the truth. I post the truth. If they want to keep living, how can you live in the present or the future if you're always living in the past? Real shit. Like if you're
Yeah.
always living in the past, you cannot be in your present or in your future. And if something harbors in your life that long, something's not right with you. Like something's off. You need to seek some sort of validation within yourself. Seeking validation from the people on the internet about something 6 months ago is it's embarrassing.
Yeah. But Petty, Did you see that? Did you see that
Wait, I'm gonna
clip
drop.
last night? I'm gonna be nosy for a minute.
See the what?
Did you see that clip last night? Shannon dry bagging her mods for $2,000.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No, no,
Shannon,
no.
Shannon dry bagging her mods for $2,000.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, if I had a way to play it, I would, but I got a screen recording of it, but it's like 3 minutes long.
Andrew being messy. You would have been,
Hey,
if you didn't
hey,
get from over
hey,
there, you probably would have gave us something.
hey, people, that person drugged me, and I still never spoke on her. Shit, I'm gonna say that.
He said, "Shit, I can talk now. I can talk my shit."
I got something dirty now.
I ain't get.
But
They just, I ain't take a damn dollar on your ass over there.
exactly. You know what? I have the video. I might just post it.
You should. You
I'm
should.
gonna post it so you can see. Watch. I'm gonna do it right now. I'll be back.
All right. Let me read an excerpt from this book to you all. Let me read this. I'm Bree. I'm letting you up, but let me read this.
I'm gonna say this last thing before I go. Yes, she was giving Mike. They said she was giving Mike G money, an allowance, basically a week, $150 to $200 a week.
Oh, it must have been good.
Oh, and that's where and Stephanie said that's where she's moving to on August the 1st is with Mike G. Once her divorce is, I guess, settled.
Who moving? Where? Who?
Shannon is moving with her mom, Mike G, on August the 1st because that's when her divorce is finalized. So she's with Mike G right now. You know, when she said she was on vacation, she's with Mike G right now. I guess to like explore where she about to be living.
How you get them is how you lose them. Lord Jesus.
It's posted. Play it.
Hmm?
You can play it. Play it now. I posted it.
Hold on. Let me go to your page.
That's why she was $2,000 in the hole. So I don't know.
I'm laying.
It's on this page, right?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha, sir. Let me get you. The one with the roses?
No, the newest one. I just posted it right now when I dropped out the
Maybe it's
box.
loading. It's loaded. Maybe it's if it just posted, it might still be loading up.
Let me go
It
look.
ain't there yet. No, it ain't there yet. It's still loading. It's still loading. Let me read the excerpt from this book, The Myth About Race. Here's a little test. What are the races of humanity? Go ahead. Go ahead before I continue reading. Go ahead. Go ahead. List something. List races of humanity. Let me see what you got. The races of humanity. Let me see what you got. Okay. All right. So perhaps you came up with a list that looks like this. Using identification by color, black, white, brown, yellow, red, or maybe you are more politically correct and your list may have looked like this. African, European, Asian, Native American, Hispanic, Latino, Pacific Islander, or perhaps you're really reaching back and came up with Nergod, Caucasus, Mongolid. Despite our constant everyday use of the term race and our reference to various races, the biology of human beings is such that there are no real difference between us. Race is frequently characterized by skin color, hair texture, facial features, and so on. These differences are offered as examples of how we differ as humans. The underlying assumption is that there is a genetic biological component to these distinctions that define race. Gotcha. Let me finish this. It's still not there. It's not there. Hold on. Hold on. Let me check here. It's not this. Refresh again. Well, this is my computer. I don't think it's my computer acting up that bad. Go back out. Ah, here it is.
Let me find it. I don't know if that person meant she's live right now or she said it on a previous live. I'm not sure. Everybody keeps asking what the ad is, but I don't know.
Or they said, sorry.
Have a good appointment.
What's up? Here we go. Let me turn my camera on. Hold on just a second, sweet cheeks. Okay, baby? Yeah.
I've heard her talk about how her house is paid off. Oh, go ahead, Stephanie. Sorry, I'm mute.
Let me turn it up. Sorry, we're trying to eat supper, but it's okay. Y'all are worth it.
So, my stress levels are really high.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Basically, I'm gonna lose my house. And then I'm gonna come up with $2,000. By the 1st.
And this is why we can never text at all. Hold on. Let me get the violin. That's wild. Nah, I'm about to get the violin. It deserves violin music. It deserves violin. Let me get the right one. I need a set. Hold on, I gotta do this right. You know, production. It deserves a production value if you're gonna have me playing people's voice. I need production. Here we go. All right, let's go back.
I sure did. Yeah.
By the 1st. Basically, I'm gonna lose my house. And then I'm gonna come up with $2,000. By the 1st. And
Production value.
Wes has.
I value production. You want me to produce something? You want me to entertain? I'm gonna do it right.
And
I'm gonna entertain.
Basically, he's stopped my mortgage, so.
You want entertainment? Yes! It's her!
I can get a loan, but I have to have a co-signer.
I produce! Content! Tears! Kill the tears! Kill!
I'm just a little overwhelmed with everything, to be honest. I don't know what to do.
It deserves more! 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 Let's start this production over. Let's start this over. No, it deserves more! It deserves more! It deserves more! It's not a complete production. It's not a complete production. We must complete this miracle. We must complete it. This is a miracle. We must complete it. Production. 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 Let's go.
Basically, I'm gonna lose my house.
Produce.
I'm gonna come up with $3,000.
Produce.
By the first.
Ah!
Wes has stopped his paychecks from coming into my account.
It's a production.
And,
we're producing.
basically, he's stopped my mortgage, so.
Now, the razzle. Come, come, come. Come. Tears. Tears.
I can get a loan, but I have to have a co-signer.
Cue the tears. Good, 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 good.
Stress.
Good, 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 good. Make them believe it. Make them believe it.
I'm overwhelmed with everything.
Good, good.
To be honest.
Good, 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 good.
I don't know what to do.
Good, good. All lines on cue. Good, tears, tears, tears. Good, 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 good.
You see what I
Good,
said?
good.
Straighten that damn cranberry. Where there's a will, there's a way. Bitch, I ain't need you no fucking money.
Good.
And then miraculously.
Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. We should be in line for our Oscar. We should be in line for an Oscar. Good. Production, production, producing over here. Producing. Back to our read. Back to our read. This assumption oh, welcome to the producer's corner. Welcome. Did you enjoy?
And then what happened was miraculously her brother sent her the money. And then her brother sent her an extra $1,000 to and that's where she went on vacation when they went on vacation.
Truly,
to her new booze place.
Truly a beautiful production of dry begging. Truly a wonderful, glorious protection of dry begging.
This woman,
you couldn't write this better. You're a great writer.
This woman drugged me, and I stayed quiet, and I knew she was gonna mess up. This bitch messed up. She messed up, and she sent that video to all of her mods. Oh, and then later on last night, apparently Shannon was watching Stephanie, and Shannon blocked Stephanie, and then Stephanie went to replay it again, and it no longer says Shannon TT at the top. It shows Shannon's whole phone number at the top. It showed it. I was cracking up laughing.
Wow. Wow.
Well deserved.
Wow.
It did. But goodbye. I'm gonna take the video down now because I don't like having that kind of stuff on my page.
Thanks, Andrew.
Bye-bye.
Later. The assumption simply is not true. One cannot separate people into racial groups based upon any set of physical characteristics. Attempting to do so is fraught with contradictions. The Bushmen of Southern Africa look as much as Asian as they do African. Pacific Islanders have African and Asian features. The Indu of Japan look more European than Asian. The Sem of Scandinavia look as much like the Input and Yucca as they do European. The Aborigines of Australia, who often look African, commonly have very straight or wavy hair and frequently blonde. These are just a few of the problems one runs into when arguing for the existence of biological racial differences. There are many other examples, among them dark-skinned people from India Egyptians who run the government from Europe. Looking into Africa, how do we identify those from the Middle East? There is, however, hope for those who most differently by people by race. Earwax, yes, earwax, it seems to Eastern Asians. People have dry earwax and the rest of us have moist earwax. So if it's important for you to group people by physical characteristics, who is this?
Hi, nice to meet you.
You talking to me?
Yes.
And do you think you're cute? Do you don't try me. Oh, the hell, go try me like that. I see you cute. Wow. Just tried it. Listen, get that book. This is a college level book. A professor gave me that book. They teach classes on this little book that you can buy. They do book clubs on this book that you can buy for $19.95. But if you want some sense, you want a history lesson in mixed children and how they treated, and black children and how they treated, and how mixed children get treated like black children, and then there's the mistaken identity where our European counterparts may misinterpret a mixed children for a European child, and they with their cousin and they treating the mixed child better, but looking down on the black cousin and already having social biases and stuff like that. Loving Life, that's what they said. That's what they said. It's on Audible. It's on Audible. Hold on. Let me go to my Audible account. I got some free credits. So let me see. You want to listen to that? Y'all want to listen to that? You want to listen to that? Do you want to listen to that? Do you? I got like 40 credits. I got a lot of credits. Girl, told you I got 40 of them things. I got a lot of credits. I got a lot. It's my money and I do what I want. And I buy books. Let's see. Should be logged in right now. So she did? But did they like link up? Did they link up though? Like, if you got it, like did they link? Let's see if it's on Audible. I got a Barnes & Noble's account too. So let me see. Oh, it's on here. How many credits I got? I got 10. I get it. I got 10.
Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
I don't like that voice though. Do they got one with her voice?
Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Why didn't she? I thought she had one where she did the voice. Ugh. Let me add. I thought she had one where she did it. Okay, it's in my library. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. All right.
An engaging audio summary of Joy DeGruy Leary's insights. One, what's post-traumatic slave syndrome?
What the hell? No. I don't want the...
Post-traumatic slave syndrome by Joy DeGruy Leary explores the enduring psychological and social effects of slavery.
Go to the next motherfucker.
Kingdom of Ash, a captivating audio summary of Sarah J.
Hold on, why they mixing my damn books up? Hold up. What the hell? What the hell? Hey, Audible, what the fuck's going on, bro? Hold the hell up. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay.
On African Americans, positing that the trauma. Don't shoot the.
Hey, what the fuck is you doing?
Trauma experienced by enslaved ancestors has been transmitted across generations. The book delves into the historical context of slavery and its aftereffects, addressing issues such as systemic racism, identity, and resilience within the African American community.
Let me see.
DeGruy Leary introduces the concept of post-traumatic slave syndrome, PTSS, to explain the complex behaviors and emotional struggles faced by descendants of enslaved individuals. Advocating for understanding, acknowledgement, and healing is essential steps toward empowerment and social change. Two key concepts of post-traumatic slave syndrome. In Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy, Chapter 1 sets the foundation by discussing how the generational trauma of slavery affects African American culture and identity.
2 times.
Subsequent chapters, particularly chapters 2 and 3, expand on this theme by examining the long-lasting psychological and social impacts of slavery on Black families and communities. These chapters delve into the historical context of trauma and resilience, illustrating how the legacy of slavery contributes to contemporary issues such as systemic racism, mental health challenges, and disrupted family dynamics, thereby reinforcing the ideas introduced in the first chapter. 3 in-depth chapter analysis of post-traumatic slave syndrome by Joy DeGruy Leary. In Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, Dr. Joy DeGruy Leary explores the enduring psychological and cultural impacts of slavery on African Americans across several chapters, making historical trauma contemporary behavioral events. For example, in Chapter 2, African American Experience, the impact of cultural trauma, DeGruy outlines the psychological scars left by slavery and systemic racism, exemplifying how these experiences manifest in communities through issues like distrust, hypervigilance, and internalized depression. This chapter emphasizes Leary's thesis that the historical trauma of slavery is not merely a relic of the past, but a continuing influence on mental health and socioeconomic challenges faced by descendants today. In Chapter 5, titled The Effects of Trauma, DeGruy discusses the implications of PTSD on African Americans, illustrating how the legacy of slavery fosters maladaptive behaviors such as substance abuse, violence, and family dysfunction. She articulates how the behaviors observed in the community track to the long-standing effects of racial trauma, connecting personal and collective experiences to broader societal issues.
I'm not ruining it. I'm getting through the introduction.
Advocating for a more profound understanding of the intergenerational traumas that continue to impact African American life today.
Treat it like a college class.
Don't shoot the dog. Audio summary: Unlocking the secrets of effective behavior training. 1 was Don't Shoot the Dog. Don't Shoot the Dog by Karen Pryor explores the principles of positive reinforcement and behavioral training, focusing on techniques that encourage desired behaviors while discouraging negative ones. Pryor, a prominent animal trainer and behaviorist, uses engaging anecdotes and practical examples to illustrate how these methods can be applied not only to animals but also to human interactions, including teaching, parenting, and workplace dynamics. The overarching theme emphasizes the power of understanding behavior, class, and engaging.
Hey, what the fuck? Where the hell is my book at? Oh. Hold up. It's just you telling me I bought a summary? Oh, that's some bullshit. I need that credit back. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, that's some bullshit. Hold up. Begging again? What do you mean? Yeah, it was a 3-minute summary. So the book isn't on Audible? Yeah, they made me pay for a summary, a 3-minute summary. They just got some money out of me. What that person mean by begging again? Was you talking to me? Or were you talking to somebody else? Or like... Okay, give me a second. Let me see something. Oh, she got a YouTube video on there. This might be more helpful. Hey, Chunk, I sent your invite.
Introduce our symposium's keynote.
I sent your invite up. I sent you an invite. I requested you to get a box. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 Then like the live. Like the live if it's doing that. If it's doing that, like the live. Hit that block button.
Speaker. There were a handful of books that really informed my thought around repair in 2019 when I began thinking of the work. And one of them was the book of the esteemed keynote that we will hear from next. Dr. Joy Angela DeGruy is a prominent researcher, educator, and author who has spent over 30 years studying and working in the field of social work with a focus on the impacts of racism, trauma, and slavery on African Americans. Dr. DeGruy travels across the globe to share this message, raising awareness to promote healing. She has held the aforementioned lectures and seminars almost everywhere. In 2022, Dr. DeGruy testified at the California Reparations Task Force hearings. In 2023, her work was also showcased at the International Summit of Reparations and Healing in Bellagio, Italy, and Accra, Ghana. And I was so fortunate to meet her in Accra, Ghana at that conference.
We have looked at it with other groups. We've looked at it with indigenous folks who have experienced colonization and near extermination as a people. We have looked at it in terms of natural disasters. We have looked at it in terms of war.
Very much.
We've looked at it in terms of Holocaust. So I found it interesting that people got, started pushing back when I said slavery. And I was curious about why I could say Holocaust and not say slavery. Why is it that we could not speak our truth? Well, first, I didn't ask anyone's permission to do so. I have 4 degrees, 3 advanced degrees. More volume. Hey, it's my girl. I didn't know you were an artist. That's my table and folks at my tables and stuff. So one of the things that I started to look at when I started to look at trauma, right? So let's look at trauma from a fundamental vantage point. If I were to shoot this in
that hit different, didn't it? That hit different, didn't it? You was like, damn, we could say Holocaust, but we can't even bring this up. Yeah, it hit different.
And assume that they're traumatized, yes?
Can't even say slavery.
The person
say Holocaust, though.
next to them are also traumatized because they saw it. Someone in the hall heard the shot, later find out who it is, they're traumatized. Family back in Louisiana get the message, they're traumatized. So that is a direct trauma and an indirect trauma. And any one of those levels could demand an amount of support, mental health assistance, medication. Are you following me? So that is one trauma experienced directly or indirectly. When we look at American chattel slavery, we're not talking about a single trauma. We're talking about hundreds of years of trauma. And it is not plausible that anyone that experiences that level of trauma escapes some level of stress-related illness. Are you following me? So this is not about trying to diagnose people. First of all, post-traumatic slave syndrome is not post-traumatic stress disorder.
Not at all.
Post-traumatic stress disorder is treated with medications, talk therapy.
You're welcome.
People talk softly to people once a week. Post-traumatic slave syndrome cannot be remedied that way. It will require social justice. That's a part of it. So now you say, let me unpack it and let you know what it looks like.
Come on.
So I'm going to give you an example. There have been 35 million views of a video of me talking about this, but I'm going to give you an example of what it looks like, because I started to look at behaviors within my own community that didn't make sense to me, even as a child. My father called himself an Asiatic black man before, quote, black was beautiful in America. We were clear about our blackness. Yet in my community, if someone got mad at me, wanted to beat me up, they called me black first. You black, fill in the blank. You black. With the assumption then that by calling me black, it'll be an added injury. But why? I am black, and so are you.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about? So even as a child, it confounded me. I'm going, what are we doing? So then I started to look at other behaviors. Gosh, she's such a pretty woman, even though she dark-skinned.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was fine. He had good hair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These are the things that I started to unpack in my life, and not just in 57. Somebody used that date. I went, gosh, my birth date is being stated here as an ancient. Okay. So, and when I was a child, and I'm still hearing it. 2024, that's the problem. So that's an intracultural phenomenon that's being passed along. So now, let me give you a specific one that you could probably wrap your head around. Because it's always, whenever we hear these kinds of statements about slavery, oh man, who are you trying to blame? What excuses are you people? I wasn't there, okay? I didn't do it. Well, I wasn't there either. But we cannot believe that 300 years of unpaid labor didn't produce wealth for one group and poverty for another. We have to appreciate the realities associated with that institution. So there's a black mother and a white mother.
It's
or a black
it's
father
unpacking,
white
board.
father,
It's unpacking.
not gender specific. And let's say they have sons, and the sons are about 9.
Oh, this is important. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to
Black
this.
mother knows the white mother. Their kids play together. They go to
Listen to
school
this.
together. They,
This is important.
after school
This is
sports,
important.
all of that. And one day they find themselves in a meeting just like this, only it's the black mother, the white mother, and both of their sons are on either side of them. Black mother leans over to the white mother and says, I've noticed your son he's really doing well. And the white mother goes, thank you so much for noticing. He's quite the man. He's in the Talented and Gifted program. That's called TAG. In addition to that, he won the science fair just last week. And, his uncle's an astronaut, right? The boy is brilliant. And she's just oozing with enthusiasm. And she sits back in her chair. And as she sits back, she begins to realize that the black mother's son is excelling her son. So she leans forward and she says to the black mother, well, wait a minute, you're talking about my son. Your son's the one that's really coming along. Black mother's response, girl, get out of here. You should have seen that boy yesterday. Lord, he worked.
It's important. This is important. This is important.
He's something, oh, that boy. Yeah,
This
you
important.
think so, but stop it.
This is important to every person of color. This is very important. It goes, is you don't know how tied up in history your soul and your blood is. Listen.
How many of you have seen that behavior? Heard the behavior, right? Okay. So I read thousands of slave narratives, and I interviewed elders many years ago, and I found the answer to that. Because you see, so much of who we are, people say, well, that's just their culture. That's just how they are. But how much of it is adaptive survival behavior? How much of it, and when did we get a chance to talk about it? So I look at that behavior because you got to always remember, as a clinician, 30 years, 40 years really, it's the secrets that make us sick. Always. Nothing weighs more than a secret. So I want you to take that scene I just gave you, the black mother and the white mother, and the behavior, because white people's response to that is, gosh, no wonder they're so negative. But there's a secret in this room. And every black person in this room knows it. And that is that even though the mother, father, whoever it is saying, God, oh my God, that boy's a headache. Ooh, girl, get out of here. Stop it. They're proud while they're saying those words. Am I telling the truth? Whole time they say, girl, stop. Proud as can be. But why? So if you roll it back 300 years, now you have a black mother who is enslaved, and so also are her children. White slave owner comes through, male or female, doesn't matter, sees that black mother, sees that black mother's son and says, oh man, that's your boy? That's your boy there? That boy's sure coming along. He's sure coming along, that boy. No, sir, he's stupid, he's shiftless, he can't work, because I don't want you to sell him. If it's my daughter, I don't want you to breed her. So we denigrate them to protect them. Post-traumatic slave syndrome. And do you know how many of those there are?
You learned something.
Because you see, we never had a chance to have this conversation. because we were told to get over it. Something that was never examined.
You learned something.
Get over it. And so what I do is I tell my people, because we can confound that, we can stop that in an instant. When someone says, oh, he is so brilliant, she is so amazing, say, thank you. That's it. But you see, I want the people in the room to not think about what I'm talking about, but what does it feel like when people do it? Because that's why we go, oh, stop. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel safe.
Right.
And it's an immediate response. Immediate. So there are so many of those. Next one you probably see also. If you're in a bank,
here we go,
or a place of business
here we go.
In America,
here we go.
And there's a black parent, again, male or female, they have small children. Where are those children in the bank in proximity to their parents? Where are they? They sometimes they're holding on. Everybody move together. In the, and if they do, get over it. You seen that behavior in the same bank? White kids are rolling down the aisle, walking up on you. That's a pretty sweater. What's your name? You know, right? Now, here's what's happening. As a clinician, as a social scientist, the children are learning. Because you see, there are normal human behavioral developmental stages. And one is a level of secure attachment that allows me to explore in my environment independently. That's part of human development. So the black children are learning, innocent children. The white children are learning, innocent children. The white children are looking at the black children and going, something must be wrong with them. They can't move. And the black children are learning, this is not my world, it's theirs. I'll get in trouble. And so what happens then is we see in a way of protecting ourselves, because we all know what happened to Emmett. We know what happened to Emmett. We know what happens when you stray.
It's Dr. Joy.
You don't even have to stray. You just have to be standing and be black.
You knew.
So
see, you knew. You on game already. You know this Joy.
White and get yourself hurt or maybe killed. Right? So I get the behavior. And then what happens is that child gets internalized with shame and fear and anger. It gets wrapped into that little body right there. But you see, the task of development is always within us. So the mother or the father gets to the teller. The kids are lower than the counter. So they're trying to escape down the side.
I wonder if it was in California, because the person who put me onto her was a therapist who's a professor out in Berkeley, I believe. Jennifer, forgot her last name. Jennifer, she runs a like a horse therapy thing. But yeah, she put me onto her, gave me the book. She teaches the class at the University of Berkeley. So I wonder if it was there.
It's rolling down under the thing, because they're trying to meet the task of development. Are you following me? Okay, so the mother, parent, doesn't see them because they're conducting business and they're trying to escape to freedom. That's what the children are doing. But there's a long line, and in the line are black people that don't know the children.
Right.
Toward the back of the line is a black mother that sees the escapees and just basically gives that stare that we all know about. And the kid is like, man,
it is very helpful,
right? So now we have a social control, because I got your back. I never said a word, I didn't talk to you, but I'm taking care of your child. Does that make sense? Okay. So the point is that you don't have to be there for it to be here. We don't have to go back to enslavement. Do you understand? It's right here with us because we never had the conversation. We never had the permission to talk about our injuries. So I do all that before advancing a slide, okay? Because it's important to get a kind of a foundation that this is not some sort of, the poor black people. If anything, I want to just give you some math. 339 years, because the first enslaved Africans came to the Carolinas in the 1500s. So 339 years of enslavement. Do you ever remember us getting any help? Nobody, nobody helped us, right? Okay, 339 years of enslavement, no help.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got freed.
Mm-hmm.
Any help then?
Mm-mm.
No Dr. Phil came to work with you because they sold your children, beat, raped, pillaged, and every maniacal person like Dahmer had their way for 300 years. So 339 years of trauma, no help. Freed, no help. Did the trauma continue?
Mm-hmm.
339 years of trauma, no help. Freed, no help. More trauma. We are a miracle is what we are. That's what we are. Because we did all that we've done with no help, except from ourselves. And we have managed to not just survive, but to thrive. And that, you see, frightens people. So those of you that know Brian Stevenson, he said the opposite of poverty is not wealth, opposite of poverty is justice. And I say that the opposite of ignorance is not knowledge. The opposite of ignorance is going to go backwards, okay? It's truth. I think truthfulness is a foundation of all human virtues. And without truthfulness, you cannot be well as a human being. In other words, you can't attain the other virtues. This is going to make me crazy. All right. This comes from Isabel Wilkerson's book of Caste, the Origins of Our Discontent. I actually opened my presentations with this slide for anyone that has that problem, that's struggling with understanding why we're dealing with this issue in 2024. We in the developed world are like homeowners who inherited a house on a piece of land that is beautiful on the outside, but whose soil is unstable loam and rock, heaving and contracting over generations, cracks patched, but the deeper ruptures waved away for decades, centuries even. Many people may rightly say, I had nothing to do with how this all started. I have nothing to do with the sins of the past. My ancestors never attacked indigenous people, never owned slaves, and yes, not one of us was here when this house was built. Our immediate ancestors may have had nothing to do with it, but here we are, the current occupants of a property with stress cracks and bowed walls and fissures built into the foundation. We are the heirs to whatever is right or wrong with it. We did not erect the uneven pillars or joists, but they're ours to deal with now. And any further deterioration is in fact on our hands. Unaddressed, the ruptures and diagonal cracks will not fix themselves. The toxins will not go away, but rather will spread, leach, and mutate, as they already have. When people live in an old house, they come to adjust to the idiosyncrasies and outright danger skulking in an old structure. They put buckets under a wet ceiling, prop up groaning floors, learn to step over that rotting wood tread in the staircase. The awkward becomes acceptable, and the unacceptable becomes merely inconvenient. Live with it long enough, and the unthinkable becomes normal. Exposed over the generations, we learn to believe that the incomprehensible
She's a whole course in college.
Is a way that life is
She is
supposed
literally a whole course in college.
Doesn't matter if we were there. So, I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to talk you through a guided imagery. So, I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to talk you through a guided imagery. But I want to get to another way of you understanding what Isabel just said. So close your eyes. It is nighttime, and you are in a car. You may be in Chicago, you may be anywhere, but it's dark. You may be driving, you may be a passenger. And ahead you see blinking lights. And as you approach, you notice that those are police cars. Beyond the police cars, you can see a yellow tape. Beyond the yellow tape, you see 3 young men on their knees with their hands handcuffed behind their backs, and they don't have shirts on. Now open your eyes. I was in Amsterdam a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I was in Amsterdam. And I asked the same question of them.
Oh, I know.
That I'm
I
asking
know.
of you.
I know.
Who did?
I have this thing about me where I know I'm saying the right thing, but you can't hear me. And like, it just happens in my life. Like, I know I'm saying it, but you can't hear what I'm saying. And maybe it's the inflection in my voice. Maybe it's the pitch. Maybe it's the way I talk. Maybe it's a lot of things. But when somebody else says the exact same thing, you get it.
You see. Was it 3 blonde-haired, blue-eyed boys? And guess what? They didn't see that in Amsterdam either. And not only did I ask it of you, I asked it of young people. I went to high schools and I said, close your eyes, and who did you see? I went to...
Yeah, who did y'all see when y'all closed your eyes? What was it? Who did y'all see? Yeah, she's great. But who did y'all see the same thing I saw? Did y'all, when y'all closed your eyes and did what she said, y'all saw, I mean, I be honest, I saw people of color. I didn't see that.
Middle schools, and I asked them, close your eyes, who did you see? I dared not go to an elementary school, but I know who they'd see, because etched into your minds, however bright, how many degrees you have, how much money you have, how advanced, how woke you are, it does not matter. That image has been etched into your consciousness. Who is the bad guy? Who is the one to be feared? Who deserves punishment? Joy, are you hearing me? It is etched into the minds of our children. And that is trauma realized in our day, in real time. And it is that image, whether you can buy with what it was Isabel said, you can't negate that is what you see. Mm-hmm. And it's going to take a lot more, as the brother said, than conversation or talk. It's going to take more than that to eradicate that something almost intrinsic
just
to
put in
us
Dr. Joy.
is there. So my question is, if we start looking at this, here is a boy, what you see, he doesn't have a shirt on. This is 16-year-old Corian Evans who jumped into a river.
You got something interesting out of me today. You getting classy, y'all. So basically, if you've never been to college, this is pretty much almost, not exactly, but yeah.
To save 3 girls and the police officer that was trying to save them. He dove in and saved them all. But we don't see him.
No.
And there are far more young men like him than the 3 on their knees. Are you following me? Okay. And why don't we see black men and the tender love between a father and his child, or scholarship, or black men loving each other? This is far more realistic, but we don't see it. Every year, thousands and thousands of black youth, indigenous youth, Latinx youth graduate. Every year, thousands of them. Why don't we see them? I want you to think about this. You don't see it in the news. You don't see it on the newspaper stands. Hear me. The images they have are the ones that you imagine when your eyes were closed. That's the images they want you to have. They don't want our children to see this or believe it. So they simply don't show it, and we don't even notice it. Bursting at the seams, historically black colleges. Scholars bursting at the seams. Why don't we see them? Why aren't they showcased? Why aren't they, on the news, they go, we're going to showcase someone, a citizen that's done something nice. Physicians. It goes on and on and on. pilots. We cannot understand whether peace is to be reached by only after unimaginable horrors precipitated by humanity's stubborn clinging to old patterns of behavior, or is to be embraced now by an act of consultative will, is a choice before all who inhabit the earth. If we do not begin to recognize our essential and our human beings are 99.99% the same. There is no biological difference between human beings. We are all one humanity. Now, this usually becomes for folks who get disturbed by my talk, this is a time for folks to jump off. They go, well, there you go. Race is not real. Why are we talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because people are always looking for a jumping off point.
Right.
Tell me we don't have to talk about this anymore. Well, while race is a biological fiction, racism is not. That is why we have to talk about it. So my niece, because one of the things that's happening, I've been banned. My book's been banned. My videos have been banned. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm in good company. I'm with Toni Morrison, and I'm in good company. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, all of us have been banned. But the question becomes, and this is we're talking about the secrets.
It was banned. Her book was banned. They wasn't selling it at any store. You couldn't get it off Amazon, and then they unbanned it. So, and you don't hear about this often in this time frame, that a book that's trying to wake everybody up to the media machine that we are in. That it's not America's a media and a broken house. So instead of confronting these problems, you do what she said with the old house. You put a bucket down. You step over the hole in the house, and you don't want to recognize any of that. The house is a bad house. It's old, it's bad, and it has problems. So with her knowledge and her background, her bringing this to light, that even down to when you close your eyes and you see people on their knees in handcuffs, you see people of color, and that should be an awe-shaking moment for any of you, and even down to the mother that says, "Oh no, he's nothing. That's nothing. He's not that good." That should be like an awe-shaking moment to everybody. Like, I've seen all this stuff, and why am I doing this stuff, or why didn't I notice that before? That was a mechanism to protection for the child, or that was that was really the media has my mind trained, or whatever. So that book did get banned. It's no longer banned, but it did get banned, and you know why?
Hidden in plain sight, so that this is so upsetting for the children.
Grace.
The white children feeling guilty, and they're just struggling. Well, my niece, who is in Oregon, Portland, the whitest city in the United States, she decided she's been doing work. So she, as part of her job, she shares important historical information with children throughout Oregon. She went to Sunnyside School in Oregon and talked to middle school students there. She told them about Benjamin Lay and Phyllis Wheatley. She also showed short films. At the end of each lesson, she gave them a worksheet. The question she asked...
they kind of got me. They got me, and you got at least 2 more minutes. They kind of got me, sis.
Asked them is, why might Thomas Jefferson have written that African people were not smart or creative? Now, this is taken from Notes on the State of Virginia, 1781. Comparing them by their faculties of memory, reason, and imagination, it appears to me that in memory they are equal to the whites, in reason much inferior, and that in imagination they are dull, tasteless, and anomalous. But never yet could I find that a black had uttered a thought above the level of plain narration, never seen an elementary trait of painting or sculpture. I decided to pull out some from that period.
Keep having a flip. Keep having a flip. Keep having a flip.
Okay, so you're advancing them for me. Can you do that? Perfect. Thank you. I'm going to put you in a will. Okay. Next slide. Here are the answers these 6th grade middle class and upper middle class white children answered. Why did Thomas Jefferson say that? Because they weren't allowed to go to school, and when you have power, it's easy to objectify people with no power. These are 6th graders. Because if people started thinking that they were creative and smart, then they might start thinking they were people and not want to enslave them, which would lose him slaves and a lot of money. Because he was jealous and he believed that black people couldn't ever learn or be in importance. Because that is what he wanted people to think. It's easier to objectify people if you think of them as lesser than you. So he could look better or feel better about himself, feel more superior, because he is racist, because they didn't give them an education. Do they sound like children that are cowering in a corner, upset and unable to manage it? No, it is these answers that their parents have the problem with.
Hey, listen.
It's not the children, but we bought it.
Hey, to the people.
We bought it with no evidence of it.
Hey, the people that's leaving and coming back. Listen. You're leaving and coming back because of your own biases. And this is tough to hear when you have been living predominantly as if like everything is okay, which it is for you. But it's a hard check to check yourself and be like, I do be doing that. It's very hard coming from like, don't do me like that. But like, I know you leaving. I know you leaving and coming back to see if the subject done changed. I know. Don't do me like that. Please don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Every time I cover something educational, I understand and I get it. Everybody leave. Yeah.
They started shutting down, banning books, and we just accepted it. My niece just happens to be her job. She says, Auntie, I just thought you might want to know this. So nobody checks, because some folks get to just make laws and change things so that they can always win. Next slide. Those are the shoulders I'm standing on.
I'm sorry. I keep having to. So she take the slides down and she put them back up. I'm just not trying to get in trouble with YouTube later because I don't know what her copyright situation is and I don't want to get in trouble.
So when it gets deep, and tell me it's not getting deep now, but it's been deeper.
I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Hold on. Let me flip this back. I just don't want to get in trouble with them.
And these folks stood tall, and we're standing on their shoulders. Next slide. Black prosperity has provoked white resentment that can make life exhausting for people of color, and it has led to the undoing of policies that have nurtured Black advancement. This was written in 2023. Let me unpack this for a moment. One of the things that white people decided, they said, we just don't want you near us. Can you just go away? We just don't want, we don't want to be in the same room with you. We don't want to eat with you. So we did. Next slide. And we built Tulsa and other towns. We had and owned our own businesses, hospitals, schools. We ran our own government, had our own policing, everything we needed. But what we understand is white people wanted us to go away, but they didn't want us to prosper. You can't go away and prosper. So, next slide. So first they looted and raped, then they burned, and then they bombed. So this is on American soil, right? And recently they waited out the survivors so they didn't have to pay them reparations. Mm-hmm. Waited them out. And a white man came forward.
Yes.
He came forward and gave his own money. He gave him, I think, $3 million.
Mm-hmm. Likely.
Right? Because he saw not just the injustice, the lack of humanity. Where is your humanity? Next slide. If you stick a knife 9 inches into my back and pull it out 3 inches, that is not progress. Even if you pull it all the way out, that is not progress. Progress is healing the wound, and America hasn't even begun to pull out the knife. Malcolm said that a long time ago, but it sounds like he said it today, didn't it? Next slide. Just so people understand, we didn't begin with enslavement. That's not our history. The kingdom of Kush, the land of Punt, Carthage, the kingdom of Aksum, the Mali Empire, it goes on and on and on. But why didn't it make it to your text? Because it didn't make it to mine. I got 4 degrees, 3 advanced degrees, and none of this made it to my text. When I wrote post-traumatic, none of my degrees helped me with it.
Yeah, Georgia, Lake Lanier. It was a black town.
I could write before I got to college. But it didn't teach me what I needed to know. That I had to do the deep dive. I had to interview folks. I had to read slave narratives. I had to do my due diligence because it didn't show up in my advanced education. Next slide. One is astonished in the study of history at the recurrence of the idea that evil must be forgotten, distorted, skimmed over. We must not remember that Daniel Webster got drunk, but only remember that he was a splendid constitutional lawyer. We must forget that George Washington was a slave owner and simply remember the things we regard as credible and inspiring. Difficulty, of course, with this philosophy is that history loses its value as an incentive and example. It paints perfect men and noble nations, but it does not tell the truth. And shame on us if we think they're going to tell us the truth. Next slide. So one of the things, actually, this is one of the first slides that I actually use. I created these slides for you. One of the problems as a mental health person, as an activist, being born in this skin, one of the things that I knew for certain was who I was, but I also had to take a look at where I was. And one of the first contradictions in America is the actual Constitution, because I wondered why it always upset me when I heard people going, my constitutional rights, my constitutional rights. And I don't know, there was something, I want to say, epigenetic that bothered me about hearing it. And we're going to unpack why. So while we are talking about freedom and democracy, we, the people of the United States, we were committing genocide, this country was, against indigenous people, and we were enslaving African people. And let me just unpack the other thing about slavery, because this is the other thing that kind of rotates in people. Well, you people, you enslaved each other. So did you people. Matter of fact, there are very few societies on the planet that did not have some form of indentured servitude or enslavement. Not new. But that's the pushback. But you see, American chattel slavery differed from every form that preceded it. It differed in the manner in which a person became enslaved. It differed in the treatment of the enslaved. It differed in the length of servitude and how they were perceived as human beings. And so what happens, again, everything, but I think it's epigenetic with folks. I think Black people and people of color cause cognitive dissonance to white people. Unconsciously. It's like, they start saying strange things like, I have a Black friend. Okay. Or I don't see color, so something. But I think it's epigenetic. I don't think it's conscious. Okay, so let's understand cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the anxiety that results from simultaneously holding contradictory or otherwise incompatible attitudes and beliefs. So my question became, how could a people who deem themselves superior, moral, civilized, engage in behaviors that are the antithesis of that for 339 years? How do you reconcile? Because you see, when you feel cognitive dissonance, thinking discord, you can't function. You have to do something to remove the dissonance, right? So it's like, for example, you to go to Oregon where people wear Birkenstocks with socks. And you have folks that, oh no, I'm vegan. And I only, eat organic. I only eat organic, and I jog at least 5 miles a day. I do smoke crack on the weekends, however, so we got to do something to resolve that crack on the weekend. So we do all the rest of that other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So what we have to do, what does one do to resolve the dissonance that's associated with oppressing and subjugating entire groups of people for hundreds of years. How do you reconcile the dissonance? Here's the answer.
Yes, she is.
You justify your behavior, which removes any sense of guilt or, any complicity you might have with it. And then we relabel the people to fit your behavior towards them. So we had to, in some way, define Black people in a way that made chattel slavery seem reasonable, which is what people have spent the rest of this time doing. They deserve it, hence the 3 on their knees. Next slide. So I always go to the sources when we start talking about things like the Constitution. These are remarks of Thurgood Marshall, first African-American Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, in case you didn't know. This is his response to an invitation to speak at the commemoration to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the writing of the Constitution. He says the focus of this celebration invites a complacent belief that the vision of those who debated and compromised in Philadelphia yielded the more perfect union it is said we now enjoy. I cannot accept this invitation, for I do not believe that the meaning of the Constitution was forever fixed by the Philadelphia Convention, nor do I find the wisdom, foresight, and sense of justice exhibited by the framers particularly profound. To the contrary, the government they devised was defective from the start. How do you know? Requiring several amendments, a civil war, and momentous social transformation to attain the system of constitutional government and its respect for the individual freedoms and human rights we hold as fundamental today. When contemporary Americans cite the Constitution, they invoke a concept that is vastly different from what the framers barely began to construct 2 centuries ago. And for a sense of the evolving nature of the Constitution, we need look no further than the first 3 words of its preamble, we the people. Next slide. Writing for the Supreme Court in 1857, Chief Justice Taney penned the following passage in the Dred Scott case on the issue whether in the eyes of the framers, slaves were constituent members of the sovereignty and were to be included among we the people. We think they are not. They are not included and were not intended to be included. They had for more than a century before been regarded as beings of an inferior order and altogether unfit to associate with the white race, and so far inferior that they had no rights which the white man was bound to respect. Now that may sound like it was long ago, but you've seen this. You've seen it when that man had his knee on the neck of George Floyd. You saw someone that said, you have no rights that I am bound to respect. And we see it every day in America. So it's not back there, it's right here. Next slide. But in the propaganda against the Negro since emancipation in this land, we face one of the most stupendous efforts the world ever saw to discredit human beings, an effort involving universities, history, science, social life, and religion. Next slide. My book looks at history, science, politics, religion, education, medicine, media, and law, and that doesn't exhaust the list. It's all I had time to write about. Next slide. Next slide. How many of you been to the Statue of Liberty? Okay. Real story, real truth, hidden in plain sight. So I have a friend. How many of y'all remember Heavy D? Okay. Hev's brother, Floyd, the family lives in Mount Vernon. We're really close. And Floyd called me and said, Joy, I got a new job. I'm working for the Department of Interior and over all the national parks in the state of New York. Great, Floyd. And I want you to come to the Statue of Liberty. I said, no, I'm not coming. He said, why? I said, 'cause it's going to make me mad. I ain't going. He said, come on, Joe, I can get you a patch and go up in her eye and everything. I said, okay. And I didn't want to go to the Statue of Liberty because I had already been to France. I'd already seen the original drawings. I had read the works of Bartholdi. I've seen all that, and I didn't want to go. And I knew, next slide, that's Floyd. Next slide. Those of you that have not been to the Statue of Liberty, a lot of people don't realize how high the pedestal is that she's on, because it always looks like she's on the ground, right? But I knew, if you look, she is holding in her right hand a torch, in her left hand, what is she holding in her left hand? Yeah, they don't know either. So when I was there, it's just a rectangular object with a Roman numeral on it, actually. But it used to be broken chains. That's what Bartholdi originally wanted. He said, I want there to be chains. This was commissioned in 1865. It was to really celebrate the end of slavery. And so what is she the statue of?
Liberation.
Liberty. So who are you liberating? You're liberating these enslaved black people. And Bartholdi really insisted upon that. But I saw the original drawing. I saw the actual original, and I knew she was holding, you know, chains in her left hand. So I'm on my little tour, and that little circular thing, I don't know what they do now, but I actually went 3 days. 3 different days I went there, 3 times, years apart, because I went undercover last time. I just went undercover the last time. But so I knew she had the chains in her left hand. So I'm looking for them now. Next slide. So I found it. So Floyd and I, you can't even see it. It's so bad. You can see the light bouncing. We found it in the basement. In her left hand, she's holding broken chains. Can you see that? Right. So I knew it had to be there because it's a historical document. Because I said, we're going to find it. So we found it. By the way, her crown is not a crown. It's supposed to be beams of light. Little trivia there. So I'm feeling some kind of way. Because it's in the basement, encased in glass, behind figurines, facing a wall in a hallway. Hidden in plain sight. So I'm feeling some kind of way about that.
Yeah.
But Floyd just got the job. You know what I'm saying?
In the basement. Or the park.
I can't get the brother in trouble already. Right? So Floyd, being Floyd, said, go on and bring it, Joy. So I spoke to Floyd's boss, and I talked to him about this situation. Next slide. This is Frederic Bartholdi. This is him, right? There's a bronze figure in the garden. And in fact, Bartholdi insisted that the chains remain. He supported abolitionism. He was he told them, you have got to have the chains. The United States said, no. Bartholdi said, yes. They said no. Who won? Next slide. Bartholdi won. Mm-hmm. They are there.
On her feet.
And have always been there. At her feet, where it is impossible to see them under any circumstances. Unless you're in, a helicopter with a zoom lens. Because you saw the pedestal, right? So if you're inside, you can't see her feet. So you can't see it. She said, oh yeah, Bartholdi, we will make certain the chairs, though those chains are there, but we won't let anybody see them. Because you see, once you show the chains, then you have to explain the chains.
Got to.
So I was feeling some kind of way. So I said to his boss, tell you what I'm going to do. I said, I will pay to have a photo put on display. I'll pay for it myself, just to have it put on display. And he said no. I said, I know there's a brother or sister over there in New York, somewhere up across that harbor that can just scope just that part. And he said no. I said, okay. So I started telling on him. I traveled all over the world. I was telling on him everywhere. I brought the slides out. I showed it to him. I was shaming him across the world.
Yep.
And then I get a call from the Department of the Interior. I wasn't scared because I'm from South Central, okay? Make it plain. Make it plain. So I said, that's all right. I did tell my family where I was going, just in case. So they flew me to this. This is number 2, because I've been the first time I'm going. This is the second time I'm there. And they said, Dr. DeGruy, we would like to correct this particular problem that we've had. We realize we've been negligent. And the first thing we want to do, Dr. DeGruy, is we want to hire you to train all of our rangers, which I did. Next slide. So I went back undercover. And one of the things that I did was I realized that on my 3rd visit when I went undercover, this is the picture that they have showing the chains. They're on both sides of the Statue of Liberty, by the way, at her feet. And it's new because it's colored. It's a colored picture, right? All the rest of them are old, right? So you see all these old black and whites. Then you see the colored one. And, I just really wanted to know if the ranger that actually took me through would actually tell the story of the chains unasked, because I asked the first time. Okay, next slide. So the first thing I recognize is that they have it now. The picture is prominently displayed. Right there, everybody can see it. Wonderful, wonderful. Next slide. So then this is Ranger Slacker and myself. And Ranger Slacker told me the story of the Statue of Liberty unasked. He said, this is American history. It's mine and it's yours, and I'm proud to tell this story. That's what he said. And I'm thinking, great, we've done it, done. Because I came back, that was 2013. I went back, the first time it was 2007. And so I was coming in years. Next slide. This I did not know. Washington Post, May 23rd, 2019, the Statue of Liberty was created to celebrate freed slaves, not immigrants. Its new museum recounts. Lady Liberty was inspired by the end of the Civil War and emancipation. Connection to immigration came later. Lady Liberty was originally designed to celebrate the end of slavery, not the arrival of immigrants. Ellis Island, the inspection station through which millions of immigrants passed, didn't open until 6 years after the statue was unveiled in 1886. And the plaque with the famous Emma Lazarus poem, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free," wasn't added until 1903.
America had got that free labor, like I told you when it came to that thing I was reading. Remember the other day I was trying to tell you? They needed to get that some more cheaper labor. So yeah, that's where that come from.
Here's the rub. One of the most recognized symbols on the blue marble is the Statue of Liberty, and they have lied about it the entire time.
Need that free labor.
I'd love to believe that Dr. DeGroot somehow picked a scab that no one knew. They've always known this. Don't you understand me? They've always known it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they were afraid someone like me would do the deep dive.
I know a lot of y'all didn't.
And so they made it like it was their idea when they created the museum.
To my European counterparts that I have made uncomfortable, I love making y'all uncomfortable. I love making everybody feel good. And nobody, like my cousins, they'll be knowing, like, why is he like doing all that? And I love making you uncomfortable.
But I want to ask you, and you need to understand why this becomes important to Dr. Joy, because I'm all about healing. And I know when people go to the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island, they go, my great-great, and my great-great, Ellis Island, Mayflower. But black men, women, and children walk by Lady Liberty and feel no connection to her. And do you understand that every black man, woman, and child can say she is mine?
Yeah.
Never was meant for anyone else.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But our children walk through and they feel no connection. How much taller would they stand? How much proud would they be about those who paid for them?
That ain't the immigrant statue.
If we just showed the change. We just wanted them shown.
I'm breaking somebody's heart today. I can feel it. I feel somebody. I feel one of my European counterparts. Their heart is breaking because I can just feel the story they have told so long. And my great-great-granddaddy was from Scandinavia, Russia or something. And he went past the Statue of Liberty and he told me to tell, nah, shouty. That's ours.
Because my ancestors didn't come from Ellis Island. They were chained together in the belly of ships.
Yep.
How dare you erase them? And these are the things that I did the deep dive for. That's just one.
Let me flip it.
Next slide. I don't know where I am in time. Sorry. Can't cover this. Trail of Tears. We know they killed so many of our indigenous brothers and sisters. Next slide. And that's how many buffalo they killed.
Y'all know y'all was wrong for this one. They was dead wrong for this. The blatantly, American don't like talk about this. Blatantly killing, like taking out a whole food source and clothing source. Blatantly taking it out. No, nobody don't like talking about this. When do y'all want me to go back to acting stupid?
Millions of them. For what reason? Our government starved the Indians and take their land. Policy. Next slide. Oh, it goes on far as the eye can see.
Mm-hmm.
They left rotting corpses. Next slide. And then they started spitting on the Indians for killing one buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
killing one whale. Next slide.
Can't make this up.
I was curious about this in 2017 when Ottawa, Canada gave $750 million to redress the problems caused by the residential school policy. They gave the indigenous folks in Ottawa, Canada, $750 million. But I'm always curious about when people do things. I said, why now? Y'all just remember what happened? Okay, from the 1870s to 1960s, government took children from native homes, placed them in church-run boarding schools where many were physically abused by who? Priests, nuns, and ministers. Money was spent on therapy and job training, skills training. Now, you know the global circle, some of us that are in the room, and hey, shout out to my folks out there. They had a visit to the Vatican. They went to the Vatican to address the Pope, who was not there, by the way. They ended up meeting with the bishop because it's written into the canons of the Catholic faith. You can't deny what y'all did to African and Black people. So the bishop was straight up. He said, yeah, you know, it's long overdue. But I was curious about where the Pope was, because you see, when you give $750 million, which we should laugh at, what are they not wanting you to look at? Same thing with Statue of Liberty. Next slide. New York Times, horrible history. Mass grave of 215 indigenous children reported in Canada. Not only there, but several of those boarding schools had mass graves. I'm gonna give you $750 million so you don't find the dead bodies.
Yep.
That's where the Pope was. Pope was in Canada trying to put out that fire. Next slide. Next slide. Trauma can be the result of what has been done to us. Trauma can be the result of what we have done to ourselves and others. And trauma can be the result of what we failed to do. I will not be guilty of that one. Next slide. Hence, I have no mercy or compassion in me for a society that will crush people and then penalize them for not being able to stand up under the weight. You break my leg and then you complain that I limp. That is what has happened to Black people, indigenous people. You break my leg and then you complain. Next slide.
God dang it, I should have took that down.
Well, that's us. That's us doing the work in Ghana. And the president of Ghana basically saying we owe reparations.
Hey, you're welcome.
Come on now. You can't lose that many people and not be complicit on some level.
Enjoy your day.
So that ownership is there. And again,
I don't know anything.
Full citizenship being offered. Next slide.
Petty knows nothing.
I am not the only one doing this work. This is UNESCO International Symposium, Healing the Wounds of the Slave Trade and Slavery Towards Mutual Recovery. In this room are people representing Senegal, Congo, Chad, Haiti, Brazil, France, Britain, Martinique, Antilles, and Switzerland. These are people who are doctors, who are educators, who are activists, who are epidemiologists. We couldn't even speak to each other. We were all speaking different languages, but we were saying the same thing, the need for healing. Because let me just tell you, if we do not heal us, there's not a chance. Mm-hmm. Next slide. Where am I in time?
Where are you in time? The slide ain't up. Oh.
It's what time?
Oh, she run out of time.
Okay, I'm over, but I started late. Could I have a little bit more? Okay, so
she out of time.
Next slide. I'm gonna pass all this. Next slide.
She ain't showing the slide yet. It ain't no
Next slide. Next slide. I want to bring this to your attention because I think it's really important. That much of what we're seeing that's occurring here in the United States comes from a fear of annihilation. This is not a new concept either. We know that there's been great fear. This is just taken from the United States Congress, from the Oregon Territory. Negroes associate with the Indians, intermarry. What the story is here is the fear was the Indians were going to hook up, and I know everybody Black think they got Indian in them. They don't. So the Indians going to hook up with the Black people, have a bunch of children, kill all the white people. That's the fear. This is where miscegenation comes in, where they're saying because of self-preservation, we cannot let them mix. And despite the fact that based on a mid-1800s census, 600,000 mixed-race children were born. That's even though miscegenation and laws were in effect. That's a lot of sneaking out back, you think? 600,000. Well, that wasn't men of color sneaking in the parlors of white women. That was a rape of women of color. Next slide. This man said in 2017, we can't restore our civilization with somebody else's babies. That was the campaign speech. More white people are dying than being born, and they're already a very small minority on the blue marble. Next slide. Again, 2019, fertility rates. Next slide. Again, shrinking white population. I want you to see this because we need to understand what is fueling the pathological fear. Next slide. Next slide. That's David Duke. Next slide. Statement from Dylan Roof. Black people are raping our women, taking over our country. Someone needed to do something about it for the white race. Next slide. Diversity equals what?
Yes, it is.
DEI equals what? Wokeness equals what? So we understand. We got to understand and unpack the whole picture. Next slide. 2018 increased banners because there's a whole lot of concern here. Send them all back. That would be you too. You will not replace us. Deport them all. Are you following me? Next slide. This is 2022. Next slide. 2020 it was stated, 5 minutes, okay. Whew. Next slide. Gotta go. Next slide. Just take a brief picture. You'll never see this in a book ever. That's how many slave-holding presidents we have that they don't want to talk about. Just so you know. Next slide. I'm sorry, I gotta move. Next slide. That is a part of our folks' work meeting, literally meeting with the bishop at the Vatican. Next slide. Role of education, gotta do this quickly. Next slide. Whew. Of course, Negro problem is the white man's burden to civilize all the uncivilized people. This was written into text. Next slide. Don't have time to look at this. Next slide. Trying to think of where to go. No, next slide. I want you to show you the video. Play the video. Need sound.
Two former employees at a local daycare are facing charges after being accused of mistreating a child. Local doctor Cisneros joins us live in Fairfield outside Royal Kingdom Early Learning Center. Jenna, first off, how is the little girl?
Yeah, I spoke with the mother of the little girl, and thankfully she's been doing well. Her mom says that she is nonverbal, and staff describes her as a gentle soul who wouldn't hurt anybody. The director says as soon as she heard that little girl's cry, she says her motherly instinct came to life, and she knew something was immediately wrong.
Good morning, good morning.
What appears to be a seemingly normal start for this preschool classroom quickly turned chaotic. Former teacher James Cialino had been watching 10 kids in his class back in June when a 4-year-old girl left the room with another class. Jennifer Miller, the teacher of the other class, brings the child back into Cialino's classroom, and then he pushes her to the ground. Miller watched it all happen and proceeds to shut the door and leave.
The video itself has all the truth it needs in it. So as soon as you watch that, or as soon as you see that, you know immediately what has to be done.
Director Lisa McMillian says a third teacher, seen in the red shirt, came into the classroom after the little girl got pushed to the ground. That teacher was not involved in this incident. Cialino then took the little girl to McMillian's office.
You just know something's not right with that cry. As a mom, you know when something is not right. As a director, I know all of those children, and I know how they cry.
McMillian says she immediately pulled the surveillance video, fired the 2 teachers, reported the incident to police, as well as the little girl's family.
Next slide. Now, what I wanted you to understand about that is a 4-year-old nonverbal child. She can't even verbally protect herself. And we know why she left the class, right? He knocked her to the ground, but it wasn't just one teacher. It was 2. And you see, we always look for the usual suspects, the police, because we know that policing came out of slave patrols. But we don't think about the nurse, the doctor, the postman, the dentist. Are you following me? Next slide. I know. Go back to that other slide. This is a still picture. I want you to look at it. Every white child has food. Not one black child does. They never told their parents or never came home. Remember I told you what happened in the bank? What is instilled in them is a sense of shame and fear and anger. I'm been bad. That's why they're not feeding us. First or second or last, whatever it is, the only reason is a parent happened to catch this on a camera. Next slide. Play this, it'll be very quick.
The daycare worker under arrest in Pennsylvania. Difficult video allegedly shows her push a 4-year-old girl down a flight of stairs. Authorities say she then notices the camera above her. Here's ABC's Lindsay Janice.
This disturbing video shows a 4-year-old girl apparently being shoved down the stairs at a Philadelphia area daycare. The worker then appears to notice the camera. At that point, she holds the little girl's hand and walks her down the remaining steps.
Next slide. I know I don't have time. This is 2023. I don't have time to show them to you. Next slide. But this is a teacher who was leaving, was saying goodbye to all of the students and hugged every child except the black children. And the little girl reaches out her hand to her and she doesn't take it. Next slide. Next slide. I'm trying to figure out where to end this. And, geez, okay. Yeah, I'm going to show this. This is the last thing I'll show. The reason why I'm showing you the children, yeah, go all the way, next slide. This is a teacher, and I'm going to tell you about Miss Foster. That's my granddaughter who is got a full scholarship at Tuskegee right now. That's Miss Foster, who has taught for 42 years. She was such a good teacher that the students came back to thank her in their graduation year of high school. It's a kindergarten teacher. 42 years. That's good teaching. And she hugs all of her children. And it's important for us to know that there are folks out there that are doing good work, and we need to partner with them and stand shoulder to shoulder with them. Next slide. There is one you must see. She also told them they had to leave because her kids were coming in. Next slide. There they are. Next slide. If a child is not embraced by his village, he will burn it down to feel the warmth. African proverb. That's what we're seeing happening all over the United States. Next slide. Next slide. There is a video I want you to see. Next slide. Next slide. You're going to have to keep going, I know. Next slide. I don't have time to cover these, obviously. Next slide. 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 Is that the last one? Okay, I didn't even put it in there. So there was goes to show you. So there's a man, Representative Sherrill, that was in Nashville. He was on the Justice Committee. I have the actual video of him on MSNBC. They had entered into their committee the requirement or the desire of prisoners to be shot by firing squad. So they included that in capital punishment because they asked, because the machines and the apparatus they were using were so badly cared for that they were suffering in their death. So these are all death row folks. So they asked, and so this Representative Sherrill was on the floor and he said, I want to agree with the firing squad. I'm in agreement, but can we actually amend this to include hanging them from a tree? He said that out loud on the floor in 2023. 2023 marked the highest level of hate crimes on record. That was 2023. Friends, it's 2024. What do you expect to happen here? And if anything, please remember, we've got to take care of our children. Our children are the most vulnerable victims of what we know is coming. So I'll say, and I'll end with this, when I was working in Memphis, I worked with some young people, and I started off by asking them, because I wanted to talk to them, 150 of them. I said, I want to talk to you about post-traumatic, but I can't get deep. But I want to know how many of you have been in a relay race. How many? And they all raised their hands. And I said, what's the most important job of the first leg? Break out fast. And I said, yeah, and for what reason? Because you don't want to drop that baton, because that's the worst thing you can do. I said, my generation dropped the baton. I'm here to put it back in your hands. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Dr. Joy.
So later, when you see me side-eyeing folks, if you see my little side eye, when later today, when people start coming in here, you're gonna see, it ain't gonna be an attitude. It's gonna be like a side eye. Oh yeah, Wednesday wisdom. It's gonna be a side eye. That was a lot to unpack. I'm not gonna side eye you. I know you was cleaning. I ain't gonna side eye you, but it was a lot to unpack for both demographics. And it's really important that us humans in America, that you read this, because you got some unpacking to do. Because yeah, I do tell my kids the Statue of Liberty that's for them. I didn't before, because I did think it was for immigrants. I did, but now I'm like, no, the Statue of Liberty's for us. No. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it be. Queen, leave it be. Leave it be. You side eye. 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 Because I'm going to go back to being an idiot, but I'm not supposed to know nothing. And I'm not supposed to be able to introduce you to wonderful voices like that or anyone else. I'm not supposed to know Karen Hunter, per se.
Factor clearly gets active lifestyles. They're developed by dietitians and prepared by chefs, so they're actually good.
I've been stalking this woman for about 25 years. I actually had the pleasure of speaking with her a long time ago before the book was done. And I've been every year, can you please come on the show? How can we reach you? How can we get you? What is it? I just want to talk with you. You are brilliant. And she is brilliant. She's all of that. And if you haven't read any of her books, you must get the book on post-traumatic slave syndrome. You must get that. You must get it. You must get it. I'm going to tweet it out because I think it gives you the foundation for how we got here and the blueprint for how we get out.
It does. I don't think we're supposed to be fighting with our European counterparts. And I don't think our European counterparts need to avoid the bad stuff. It is true, when they wrote the Constitution, we were not included. So when you hold we the people, it did not include us. And you did to amend the Constitution and all this other stuff. But the hard truth in it all is that there are some biases that you look at people of color or people from African American descent or people who are Latino and Native American. There are some things that maybe going forward we just can't really just put under the rug. So y'all want more of that? Because I do like it when it's like this. So I think because I do like it when it's like this, I think I'm just going to start playing like more of those educational videos and stuff, because I do like it when it's the real people. See, when it's just the real people that's willing to say, I like the real people. So I don't really like all the people that come in for the good stuff. Don't get me wrong. All the music, all that stuff is good. I know how to do it. We have a good time. All the drama is good. But if they can't stay for the real stuff, they don't need the good stuff. The stuff on top. Because this, and I've been known about this for years. I'm saying, what? Known about her for about 8 years now? And that was your first taste? But I don't think people need to be around us when we doing like the good stuff and having fun if they can't sit through the educational part. I personally think that's bad for brand. That's bad for branding, like my branding. Because like I have a level of respect for people. And like if you can't sit through because your history has taught you that you're such an amazing person, and to forget all the other stuff, and you really don't want to recognize that, hey, people are struggling, people are trying to protect their families, and you didn't treat people, your people ain't treating people out here good. Yeah, I'm doing more of that because it was fun, right? We started out really fun and good. And then when we got to that, they said, oh, like I said, I'm gonna be side-eyeing. Because when they got to that, I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. So let me not always be so fun. I mean, that was fun to me. Oh no, y'all can don't come back. Don't come back. Y'all don't come back. You show me who you are. Yes, there's more. Don't come back. Don't come back. Don't come back. Don't come back. Yeah, more on the budget class. I agree. Yeah, don't come back. Please don't come back. All right, I gotta go. Don't come back. Yeah, I'm gonna play more. I got a lot more that I've been not playing. I got you. Later.